Hey, I'm Adam with Adam's Welding, and today I'm going to be answering some of the questions I've gotten on my YouTube, my Facebook, and my Instagram. So for the first question we got was, do you have to have an engine-driven welder to run scratch start TIG? No, you just have to have any kind of welder that puts out a constant current power source. So pretty much any of your stick welders will work just fine. Second question is, what TIG torch do I run on my Lincoln Ranger 225? It varies depending on the situation, but the two torches I run is a 17V and a 26V, and the V in those stands for valve on the torch because it'll have a valve on the torch body itself. I'll link those down in the description where I got mine from. There's a really cheap place you can get them on Amazon, and they're actually high quality torches. Third question I got is, can you arc gouge with a Lincoln Ranger 225, or do you need a bigger machine? I've gouged some. I've used 1/8 and the 3/16 and 1/4 inch gouging rods, and it works okay off this machine. I don't know how much it'll hold up over time because I haven't done that a lot on this machine. I've only done just a couple jobs, but it's held up pretty good. Another question I got about the Lincoln Ranger was, how do you MIG weld on a Lincoln Ranger? They make the two different ways you can do it is you can either get a regular plug in the wall MIG welder and plug it right up to either your 110 or 220 volt outlets that are on the machine, or you can get what's called a across the arc wire feeder, and that will hook up to your leads coming off the machine. You just set it in constant voltage mode and you'll be able to weld with it, and it'll power itself off the welding leads on the machine. I'll be doing a video on that in a future video. I've just got to get around to doing that one. Next question is, should I get an engine drive as my first welder? I don't recommend an engine drive as a first welder, even though I think every mobile welder should have an engine drive. I believe you should start out with stick welding. It's fairly cheap to get into. You can get a decent machine for around $200 to $300, and stick welding is the strongest of all the methods of welding, so that's what I recommend beginners start with. And another question I got that harkens back to what I said before is, it safe to run other welding machines off an engine driven welder? It's perfectly safe to run them off of the engine drive. I run my wire feeder off that. I run my plasma torch off of it, and I haven't had any issues so far. It was just like it does when you plug it in the wall. Number 7 on the list, can I weld aluminum with a Lincoln Ranger 225 since it has TIG? The answer is yes and no. You can weld aluminum with a Lincoln Ranger 225, but you have to run it through a spool gun with a spool gun adapter. You cannot run it on TIG because the Lincoln Ranger 225 does not have AC output. Number 8, oxyacetylene or oxypropane for a mobile welding rig. I've gotten into this question a few times, but it's oxyacetylene is more common used to see on welding rigs because you can also weld with it, you can heat stuff up, you can cut with it, you can braze with it. I run both oxyacetylene and oxypropane, and in my experience, it comes up to personal preference and what it's going to be used for. Number 9, what should a new welder's first project be? I think any welder's first project should be one of two things. It should either be your first welding table, or it should be a third hand. And I'll be doing videos on both of those in the future. And the 10th and final question that is age-old as long as welders have been around, Miller versus Lincoln. It's really up to personal preference what you like. For as far as for stick welding, I prefer a Lincoln to stick weld with. For MIG welding, I like a Miller because I just like the way the arc feels with a Miller better. It doesn't feel as coarse and doesn't feel like it digs into the metal as much as the Lincoln does. And for TIG, it really doesn't matter. They're both about the same. This has been a question and answer video answering some of y'all's questions. If you would like to ask any questions for the next one of these, you can ask them down in the comments below, and I might even feature it on the next question and answer video. So if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and click the little bell icon to be notified of our future videos. So until next time, keep on welding, folks.